while we're being serious, do we want to one word at a time the trigger warning?
Only if we don't look
Nobody
at the
can
script.
look at the script.
Yeah, we can't look at it.
Okay, I love that. Let's do it. Okay, great. I'll start. This
Podcast.
Contains
Scenes.
of
violence,
Ginges.
nudity,
Graphic.
adult language. Fuck.
You had one job.
They fucked it up.
and
God damn it, Alex. But
Listener.
discretion.
is
But turn off Alex's mic and let's do it again. Maybe also Leah's.
Advised.
That's a wrap.
We'll find it in post.
In these times of tariffs, trial, and uncertainty, sometimes it's good to have something real, something local, which is why Galactica Dry Real Ginger's Beer is your choice for your next social gathering. Made with 100% real gingers and real ginger's root, it is the only ginger's-based product on the market available today in Gate City.
Whether you're drinking it by itself, cold, refreshing, tangy and sweet, or mixing it with your favorite non-malt malt liquor of choice, ginger root beer is the best non-alcoholic beverage to enhance your favorite alcoholic beverages in the deep of space.
Ever since I switched my denture liquid to my
Folks.
you can use it as denture fluid, but don't.
Are we still bleeping out gingers?
Yes. Hello and welcome to The Stars Aren't All Right, episode 13 edition. I hope you're not superstitious, but if you are, well, good. My name is Brian, and I will be your keeper for this evening. We encourage you tonight. We are recording this episode on the Canadian election day. So we encourage any Canadian listening to this to enter our fascist capitalist dystopia as an escape from the potential fascist capitalist dystopia that might be descended upon us shortly. Right. Well, let's...
Were you going to encourage people to vote, and then you're like, wait a minute, that won't work?
Because
it'll be
it's
after the election.
this will be one full month, basically, after the election.
And most of our listeners are in the US and or Poland.
Yeah, exactly. If you're... Look, can we get our Polish listeners to vote in the Canadian election retroactively? That would just be so tight. Amazing. All right. So go ahead and introduce yourself, your character, and then from our patrons, what is your character's take on Halloween? And we'll start with Alex.
Hey, I'm Alex Collins. I play Wreck Mental, an entirely fabric-based giant squid that kind of seeps through your pipes and comes up when you least expect it to lecture you on the importance of checking your children's Halloween candy for blades. Feelings about Halloween are complicated, as you can imagine.
Nice. Hell yeah. Great.
Everybody's looking around the room we're in for what I got this name from, and I'm afraid they found it.
Immediately. Found it
I can't see
immediately.
it. Catherine took a picture. Presumably it'll go up somewhere. We'll put it up somewhere. Great. Thank you, Alex. Now can you do your actual character?
Oh, yeah. I play Dr. Baron von Wurst. And the feelings about Halloween. So in the old planet, we had this the Fall Springen Festival, which was like Halloween, except instead of candy, you would hand small children to slightly larger children, and then they would run away while in costumes. And sometimes you got the smaller children back.
We have some listeners in Germany. The stars aren't all right at gmail.com. Let us know if
Blink
this is
twice if you need help.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Alex. That is great. Leah.
Hello. I'm Leah, and I play Glade. And honestly, Glade hates Halloween. Like, what the fuck? Like, why is everyone wearing masks? Like, what's even the point of that? Like, but should she wear the third mask on Halloween? All the kids get lots of candy.
Oh.
But definitely with razor blades, though.
Oh, 100%. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
1,000% razor blade candy.
And poison and...
Yeah,
ketamine,
obviously.
Yeah.
Ketamine, hell yeah.
Mental's sworn enemy.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Leah. Tom.
Hi, I'm Tom, and I play Alistair Brand. Alistair's family had very strong traditions around Halloween. Sorry, audience. I'm choking on water earlier. Still dying.
Water.
Can't handle his water.
And by water, I mean, I think dick. It came out of nowhere.
It was Brian's.
It was me.
Anyway, more around where he grew up, it was about scaring rather than retrieving treats. So it was who could play the better prank on anyone going around the town, and often got all the younger folk in trouble because they would scare all the older people by seeing if they could break into their house and spook them and then run away. Full stop.
It sounds like banditry with extra steps.
Yeah, but only once a year.
So wait, your planet has like a prank purge?
Yeah. Why not?
Honestly?
I mean, that's pretty
No
much
notes.
what mummering is, you know?
Is it?
Kinda.
Okay. I guess I don't know what mummering is.
It's between you and Google.
Safe search off. Thank you, Tom. Great. And Catherine.
Hello, I am Catherine, and I play our resident preacher and new witch, Juno Angevin. Halloween was an important soul holiday that Juno's family still observed while living in the soul system. The kind of religious part of it and any qualms that the church maybe had with Halloween have kind of fallen by the wayside, and it was just this kind of fun holiday that it became. Except for it was a little bit different for Juno. She remembers Halloween being people coming to her door, particularly people who worked for her parents, coming to her door and just giving her candy so she didn't have to go out to do anything. There is something wholesome that comes along with this, though. What she would do with that candy afterwards is she would take it and leave candies by the tanks of grown.
The vat people.
The vat people,
Hell
her
yeah.
vat friends.
Aw.
Yeah, her vat clone friends that she never really got to truly have conversations with, but she did have some nice little friendships with while they were growing in their vats, and she left them little candy treats on Halloween. So that's her own tradition.
Just picturing Priya Angevin looking at the charts and being like, who put sugar in the vats?
They don't have insulin. For the last time, you're killing them.
Maybe that's why she was so yelly.
Alrighty, amazing. Thank you, Catherine. And just for that, let's do this will actually be a bit of a longer recap. So in real life, for you guys listening at home, it will be 2 weeks from the previous episode. But for us, it has been at least a month. A whole bunch of life stuff happened. So we're going to have a big, long, sweaty recap. In episode 12, after being rescued by the Scotsman, our beloved misfits finally made a plan to make use of the Scotsman's demolition expert / ex-taxi driver to blow the door. Toby, as he was called, had been wounded by one of the creatures, and the doctor noticed some black ichor spreading through the man's veins. He assumed infection or some kind of toxin. The explosion drew quite a few of the creatures, resulting in the death of one of the J&Js. Baron rolled into action, literally, Katamari Damachiing everyone out of the way with his massive hamster ball vac suit, but then rolling back and punting the creature back out of the hallway. This worked. In my defense, I was drunk. Escaping down the tunnel, the crew then began to see apparitions, similar to the last time they were here, only now there were dozens upon dozens of them. Juno tried to plead with them for help, assuring them that they were going to put them to rest, but this only served to make her the center of their attention. Baron, however, managed to connect with one of the spirits, and it dissolved before his eyes. Eventually, the crew found their way to the intersection, which had the Real Meat People Processing Room. Real Meat People Processing Room. They were processing people. There we go. Great. And they wavered as this was, quote, the last place to get off the bus, end quote. Juno, in this moment, put together that Tenjin, in his previous life as a Jesuit, had helped deliver people to the angels in order to feed them. Everyone consulted each other and their consciences, and finally made the fateful decision to go down the GC admin tunnels and to war. Dr. Von Verst told Glade of Toby's toxin. The Scotsman overheard, telling Glade to put 2 in the back of his head when the shooting started. Baron objected, but no one cared. Due to an unlucky dice roll, the 2 Reapers in Nedled that were guarding the entrance to GC admin clocked those on approach, and a gunfight ensued, with a rocket being launched and almost completely wiping out the Scotsman's men. Scotsmans, thank you. Completely wiping out the Scotsmans in one go. Baron's hamster ball was punctured by the shrapnel from this blast. Glade, leaping into the fray, managed to damage the Nedled, but took return fire that punctured her own vac suit. Lots of bullets were exchanged, but our heroes came out on top, although a little worse for wear. There was a flash of green light, and the Nedled spoke with Party's voice as the door to GC admin opened, revealing Doug. The Scotsman revealed he'd made a deal with Party. The AI would destroy the bones of Ymir in exchange for control of the angel. Outside, Alistair executed Toby, the infected gangster, to prevent him from coming back as one of the creatures hunting GC admin. They weren't haunting GC admin, they were just haunting GC. This caused Baron to bail on, and he left back through the tunnels. The rest of the team moved on and finally found the control room after the remaining J&J was shot to pieces by a gun booby trap. And the water the creature was in started to shimmer. Meanwhile, after barely escaping one of these creatures in the tunnels, Baron was contacted by Major Ziggy, who desperately needed his help with something. And that is where we will begin tonight's episode. Could I get a representative of the 3 who are in the control room to pick a denomination of dice?
I think if anyone should pick a denomination, it should be the religious person.
We're going to do D20.
D20. Great.
Yeah.
Alex and whoever you elect from your group to roll the D20 are going to have rollies, and that's who we're going to just start the episode with.
Oh,
You didn't have to make such a scary face.
I was afraid.
17 for Alex.
Whoever starts dies.
We win.
I rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3. Okay, great. Baron,
Yeah.
you are witnessing the carnage that was once the dockyards. Balls of fire glowing through the air, bits of ship kind of like floating around, colliding with each other, creating these colossally loud sounds, or so they would be if they weren't so far away from you. This entity that has contacted you, Major Ziggy, has just asked you for assistance.
The Mayor Ziggy, where are you? Are you in the air?
I am in the computer system. I am an AI.
And the carnage you see here?
Yes. I wish that I could say that it was the creatures haunting the station, but the truth of the matter is that humans tend to panic when they encounter the unknown.
You stated that you need my help.
Yes, I do not have a vessel on the station anymore. I need someone to get a device into the gardens. I believe this device can reverse the metamorphosis that people are going through.
You think it will stop the monsters?
I don't know about the ones that are already here, but the people who are transforming, perhaps.
I am simply a doctor. But if I can help, I will.
That is very comforting. I have this device stashed just inside the dockyards here. It's in a shipping container not far from you. Do you have a personal data center?
Yeah, it's an older model.
Buzzes a little bit, kind of vibrates. That's good. That's good. The older hardware should keep it running a little bit longer. And then all of a sudden, the screen in front of you goes dark. And then you hear from your pocket, where I presume your personal data center is.
Yep. Well, no, it's in the fanny pack.
The fanny pack, yes. From your fanny pack.
It's just entirely ensconced in nuts. Like you open up the pocket, overflowing with nuts. You put your hand into the pocket where the nuts are. You can get a personal data center.
Amazing. I have no notes.
Catherine, anything to say about that?
Catherine, any notes? Any notes on that? You want to talk about Baron's nuts?
I just know Brian too well, and I can see what he's thinking based on his facial expression.
Yeah, he's always thinking about nuts.
Just always thinking about nuts.
Always thinking about nuts.
It's delicious.
Yeah. Salty. In your mouth. Great.
Enough. Enough.
I will guide you. What is your name?
My name is Baron. Baron von Wurst.
Baron. There's you feel a little bit of heat emanating from your fanny pack. Dr. Baron von Wurst?
Yeah, I'm a medical doctor.
Physician. Okay.
I'm like a repairman, but for humans.
For humans, yes. I do know what a doctor is. Thank you. I'm glad that I met you. We're going to help a lot of people, Doctor.
I will certainly do my best.
I will guide you to the device.
Excellent. I'm just going to take off a couple of the stickers on the phone, on the personal data center. I can't quite hear you because the little golden star stickers are covering the receiver.
You did sound muffled to me as well, yes. Thank you. And that's the note.
Are you going to tell me how we can
We're gonna edit it. We're gonna edit it. We're gonna edit you there. We're gonna leave you there for a second.
Fucking tell me what to do.
Hey, do you want to do some plot development?
No.
No.
Never. Anyway, we leave Baron there for now. The rest of you, the water you can see in this darkened chamber that you are looking at through the glass of the control room just shimmers. You see Doug just gripping his head. Ugh. Whatever's in there, it knows we're here.
Doug, how long have you been here for?
I arrived a couple hours ago. The Scotsman had his men launch an attack to try to pull focus, but most of them died. It wasn't until Potty showed up that we actually got in.
And you look like you're in pain. How can I help?
He just kind of shakes his head. His eyes are closed. They're actually kind of squeezed tight. It knows. It knows what's been done to it. It's waking up, and it's angry.
What the fuck's been done to it?
The lights in the room switch to green.
It has been modified.
If I understand that this being is incredibly powerful, how did we modify it?
I don't know. I have a theory that we bred these ones.
Ooh, bread?
Scotsman steps forward. He kind of looks to the room in general. The clock's ticking. Party, now's your chance to try. The lights kind of flicker a little bit.
To try what, exactly?
Necessary.
Necessary doesn't mean good. We're here...
And justified.
We're here to make sure we do good. At least the best...
Yes.
A bad situation.
To do good. I believe we will do good. My beliefs serve me. Faith.
That sounds familiar.
You have all taught me so much.
Catherine is flipping me off.
If this doesn't work, thank you.
We will save people by doing this. What is he doing? Glade, what are they going to do? Alistair.
Party. On what scale do you make your decisions?
What an interesting question. Scale. Considering the weight of this decision. Scale. To find balance. I consider all humanity. You are the creators.
All of humanity is what you're weighing your decision against when you say it will save lives.
Yes.
How many lives will it cost?
Unknown.
How is that justified?
The terminals around you that were kind of displaying this kind of incomprehensible like readouts and numbers and graphs all of a sudden go dead for a second and then flick back on, and you just see images of like planets, various stations, and they start flicking faster and faster and faster and faster, and you quickly realize that these are all inhabited planets.
You all have been allowing you all to torture each other. I can stop it.
No. You have learned from us, but you are not human.
Correct. I am not limited in the same ways that you are.
The Scotsman, looking a little nervous, he says, "Now's not the time for philosophy. They're about to blow up the fucking station. We may die, all of us here. Maybe half the station will die, but it's better than them all dying. We're in the end game now."
We'll check with legal on that sentence.
We'll check with legal on that sentence. Aye.
Fuck. Well, hurry up then. Fine. Blow up the bones of Amir.
Very well.
The room goes dark.
Wait,
As this happens, Glade's gonna ready her rifle
Okay.
and position herself kind of in front of Juno and like trying to like be on the edge of the group or like against a wall.
Sure.
Glade, he's going to he doesn't understand. We make mistakes, but he has the power to...
Juno.
I trust you.
Could I get all of you guys to make a power check for me, please?
70, which is a fail.
A failure. Okay, gotcha.
I marked with black is my tens.
Okay, failure from Glade.
A hard success from Juno.
Hard success from Juno. Hell yeah.
Stream success from Alistair.
Hell yeah. Okay, great. Glade,
No.
you take your time.
Leah is like, has dagger eyes toward Brian.
You ready yourself, and you're kind of like staring into this like darkened room with just like the water kind of shimmering.
I'm not staring at the water.
You're staring.
Unless I have to.
I mean, I'm not your supervisor. What?
Well, I don't know if the power check was making me look that way. That's all.
No, it wasn't. Where were
Glade
you
would
looking?
not be looking for
Gotcha.
the angel.
No worries. Where were you looking?
The people in the room.
Okay, great. You are looking at the people in the room.
Good.
As the water shimmers.
In their eyes.
You can see like most people in the room are actually kind of like focused, like laser focused on what's happening through this window here. And you see like, or you can kind of hear the water shimmering and then goes totally still. And then there's this wave of psychic pressure. It hits everyone. Everyone basically stops and like cringes. Doug collapses to his knees, as do you, Glade.
Glade!
Juno, just after you say that, you're hit with images, star stuff, the matter that composes galaxies swirling, and then faster and faster, and coalescing into planets, and then an empire full of creatures you cannot recognize, singing in harmony across the stars, but the tune is discordant. It seems to eat its way into your ears, rattle your brain, but you manage to smell it all off, and you stay standing.
Hymns. Devil hymns.
I'd like to check on Doug, please.
Okay. You go over to Doug. He is down on his knees. He's almost like curled up into like the fetal position, like hands kind of like over his head, just a slight rock back and forth to him.
Just catatonic then, not speaking, nothing.
Are you gonna check?
Yeah, I'm gonna, gun in hand, I'm just gonna reach out my offhand, tap him on the shoulder. Doug, come on, man.
He, still kneeling, kind of like straightens his spine and his arms, and his head pops up. His eyes rolled back in his head as he kind of seizes. Then they roll forward, and the pupils and the iris are now completely black. As his eyes start to, you can see the blood vessels bursting in them. Before he goes, oh no.
What, Doug? What was
Doug?
that?
He's losing. Party. He's losing the fight for control.
What happens if he loses the fight?
We're gonna pause you there. Baron, as you are following Major Ziggy's directions, you find your way to, it looks like a shipping container that was moored to the side of the dockyards has now become like unmoored. You float your way up to it. There is a little keypad. He gives you the code to enter this shipping container.
Okay, so one more time, the Ziegenmeister. It is 1112.
Yes.
Is there another container where it is 1111?
Yes. But it's not here.
Oh, okay.
You don't need to know about the 1113.
Ein, zwei.
Container opens. It is empty, except for a device that I'm not sure the Baron would recognize.
What do you want me to roll for it?
Yeah, let's make a straight intelligence roll here.
Okay, that's an extreme success.
An extreme success. Okay, on an extreme success, this device is a bomb.
Ah, the Ziegenmeister. You must have me confused with my friends. You see, I am not, how you say, a terrorist, and so I will not be using the bomb device.
You don't know what's at stake here. This will not destroy the entire station, but have you wondered why those creatures are dragging everyone off?
Yes.
They're making something. They need the biomass for it, and they need a lot of it. If it gets loose...
And it trails off dramatically.
And these people they are dragging, they're innocents. Are they not?
Yes, but they're
And
not...
you would have me take this device, this weapon, and turn it against the innocents.
I could say that they aren't people anymore, and that would be true. But I take your point, Doctor. Doctor, have you ever had to perform triage?
This feels like a parable where you're going to try to use my ethics against me, so please get to the point.
Yeah, that was exactly where I was going with that, actually. All those captured, while certainly not all of them were innocent, all of them were blameless in their capture. However, the case is still the same. If their biomass is added to this creature will wipe out everyone on the station and then begin traveling, wiping out station and planet after planet after planet.
And where's the assembly of this biomass happening?
In the gardens. I'm sorry, Baron. I wouldn't ask this of you if I had any other choice.
I tell you what. I take your device, your weapon, I bring it to the gardens, and then we have a nice, healthy deontological debate there about whether or not we use it, okay? Perhaps, who knows, there could be another way we could use it. I am very creative for someone who is shaped like an exercise ball, I promise you.
I don't mind that idea. Did you know that when humanity first discovered nuclear weapons, it was proposed to the president that the
I swear to God, if you make a fat man joke.
You didn't call that one. That's not where I was going with this
Oh,
one.
well, you should have. That would have been good.
Kind of low-hanging fruit, Baron.
It's the only type I can get.
When humanity first discovered nuclear weapons, it was proposed that the launch codes would be kept inside someone. That the only way to launch a nuclear weapon would be to kill someone directly, and the president would be given a knife to do so. The reasoning was that if the president couldn't stare into the eyes of an innocent man and end his life, then they had no business launching a nuclear weapon at another country. I like your idea, Baron.
Just one more dead person on top of a pile of others. Are you going to instruct me about how to pick the bomb up? Because I was going to just,
It is not armed right now, so, probably don't.
Is the code to the bomb 1113?
No,
My God.
it's a different code. Random number generators aren't actually random.
I'm going to put some tape over the keypad just in case. The doctor tapes the keypad up and he's going to pick the bomb up.
The bomb itself is 3 feet by 3 feet.
Just like Baron.
Unlike Baron, it is rectangular as opposed to spherical.
If we come across a triangular door, we are fucked.
We are in a essentially zero gravity situation. The station itself has like very small amounts of gravity, but it's not even really noticeable. Usually you get the sense that this bomb has mass to it. It would be difficult for you to carry under normal circumstances. However, situation being what it is.
You can just kind of bump it along.
Exactly. He begins guiding you towards the garden. We'll pause you there. The rest of you, Doug has just said that party is losing.
Sorry, what is happening to Glade?
Glade, you've now regained control of yourself.
Okay.
It was basically just this psychic wave that hit you and basically just incapacitated you. You felt like crushing pain. I would make you roll sanity, except that this is not an entirely unfamiliar sensation to you. You felt
Crushing
some
pain? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for Glade. I've read your backstory. But specifically, you felt something like this very much before, but you can't quite place when.
Juno tries to pick Glade up. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Doug, you there, man?
What?
Doug, snap to. Do we help him or not? How do we go about doing that?
Give me money. Give me a minute.
What do you need?
Do you have anything that I can bite down on?
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna, I'll take out one of my small knives in a sheath and give him the sheath.
Okay. He just takes it and he bites down on it, and then you all feel a little bit of that pressure, and you can just see his his eyes kind of unfocus. And now the whites of his eyes are almost totally red with all of the blood vessels that are bursting in there. You can see blood coming out of his nose. Your attention is drawn to the water where there's this occasional stuttering underlight of green coming up and then flashing to darkness. Green, and then flashing to darkness. And then finally, slowly turns green. Doug's just shaking, gripping his head, and you can see he is biting down on your sheath so hard you suspect he might actually bite through it.
Doug.
He just points to one of the computers.
Does anyone here know how to use a fucking computer better than me?
Scotsman, we can try to muddle through. Do you know how to use computers at all?
Minorly. Only basic operations.
All right. And the Scotsman walks over and he looks like some sort of navigation. I think this is where they put in the coordinates.
Well, fuck. Do we have the coordinates?
And then you can see the Scotsman. He's just, right. Aye, there's got to be another system here. Look around for something that's got to be keeping track of where the bones of Amir is.
I'll take a look around. If this is related to navigation, I do have some skill in that. But if it's just like computer use,
Totally.
sysops, not my area of expertise.
As you run up to the computer, you can see that it does look like, now that you wouldn't necessarily have picked it out until it was like pointed out to you, but this does look like navigation equipment. Like this is where they put in the coordinates for where, they are beaming things.
All right. I'm going to look for a terminal that can find us the bounds of Ymir.
Okay. Is anyone helping him?
Yeah, I'll help him.
Okay.
While I'm looking, I'm going to yell to Creed. Creed, make sure Doug doesn't bite through that leather.
All right. I got it, kid.
Juno whips around to look at Tenjin.
Tenjin's eyes are wide.
Tenjin, you've been here before, surely.
Faith, I have not seen this abomination that they call an angel. What do you need of me?
What do we do? I don't know what to do, Tenjin.
Okay, and this is maybe one of the first times Juno has ever seen Tenjin completely floored by something. Like very, very, very much out of his element. So I don't know. I brought them the people. I didn't. Oh God. Okay, no. Juno, we'll help. We'll look. Tenjin steps forward to help look through all the computers. Okay, I'm going to say you can make a spot hidden check, but the spot hidden check, I will need a hard success or better.
Okay.
You can make a computer use or library use check, and that will need... No, that'll be a regular success. Alternatively, you can make a navigate check, and we're going to look for a hard success or better.
Can I roll for library use?
Yikes.
Sorry, you can potentially, but I was going to say if you can do that, or you can help Alistair, and that will give you a bonus dice. Because Tenjin is helping you as well, we'll give you 2 bonus dice on this.
What's it looking like for you? My hard success on spot hidden is 35.
I have a library use of 50, but I'm also the shittest roller of all time.
Yeah, but we would
So-
need a hard success on library use?
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said it was regular success.
Or was it?
Wait, did I say that? Oh yeah, no, library use would be regular success.
50. I'd help Juno then.
Okay, so go ahead.
Do I get a bonus dice?
You get a bonus dice.
While they're doing this, Glade re-readies herself back against the wall with her rifle.
You got it.
Yeah, that's a success.
Okay. You managed to find the terminal. Now that you all kind of like some of the panic has subsided and you guys have kind of found your feet again after that like psychic blast has hit, you realize that like, oh yeah, a lot of these are the same types of systems that would be in the ship. It's just that the interface looks different.
Juno wouldn't have even fucking noticed. She just goes to a computer.
On a regular success, you do like manage to find your way, and you just kind of figure your way through like the interface, click your way through, and you do actually see the bones of Ymir. Looks like it is currently in sublight, heading for the sun.
It's a Unix system. I know this. That's what Juno says.
Great.
As she
Nice.
clicks through the visible links.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. A little clip pops up and it says, looks like you're trying to destroy a capital vessel. Do you want some help with that?
Wait, it's not...
My voice is so high because I'm a Unix system.
Alex!
That was a sleeper.
That was a sleeper.
Yeah, you find the coordinates of the heading of the bones of Ymir.
Alistair,
Yeah.
I found them. I think I found them.
Perfect. Well done, Faith.
So you have...
at the sun.
They are not. They are on the way. So this is where the navigate roll comes in, because you realize, the plan so far is to beam some like ships, some wrecks kind of directly into the bones of Ymir, which should cause it to explode. But because it's still in transit and you kind of want to stop it before it gets to its destination, you have to kind of do the math and figure out where to put this so that it like smashes into it in sublight.
Do we want to stop it before it gets to its destination? Is this guy not going over there to throw the book into the sun? Haven't we already determined that book bad and guy is on the bounds of Ymir taking the book to the sun?
But I think, I don't know, once they get far enough, they're going to destroy
Yeah,
Gate City?
They're getting further away from Gate City every single second, aren't they?
No, but they're still going to destroy Gate City. That's their whole thing. That's our whole thing.
Is Alistair musing this out loud, or is this table talk?
This is table talk.
Okay, no worries. Gotcha.
No, I'll switch to Tom voice.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're gonna blow up Gate City from how far away?
From the sun.
From the sun.
Yeah.
How far away is the sun from the station?
Like pretty far. I can look it up.
But obvious, so it's this massive vessel. It clearly has the weapons to do this. They can snipe us out of deep space.
Yep, essentially.
Okay.
That's the short answer.
And the idea is that they can't use those weapons while they're in sublight.
Correct.
Okay. So we are in a bit of a conundrum here. If we stop ship before ship gets to sun, book doesn't go in sun. Book is now bad in the void of space.
But book may be destroyed?
Would book be destroyed?
Possibly book destroyed? I also agree with you.
Okay.
To answer your question, Gate City orbits around a red dwarf that is 37 million kilometers away.
So no matter what they shoot at us, it would take time, but it doesn't matter because as soon as they shoot at us, we're dead in just however long it takes for that projectile to get here.
So
100%.
book may be bad, but us living is good.
Yeah. Okay.
The Navy has like beam weapons, like energy weapons. Lasers travel at the speed of light. So you probably still would have like a bit of time, but like not that much time. And as you say, it would be just a death sentence, essentially. Just question of when the bullet hits.
And you wouldn't be able to know when it's fired because it travels at the speed of light.
Exactly.
All right.
How many million kilometers?
37 million.
What's that in astronomical units?
It's
actually
much closer to the sun than we are.
Yeah, so that's only that's 2 minutes roughly between firing and it hitting us.
Totally, yeah. I think it's less than it's far less than one astronomical unit.
Right. Back in character now. Okay, Fate. I'm going to try and figure out how we can line this thing up and knock it out of the sky as soon as it comes out of sublight.
And we're using the angel for that.
Yeah, we are.
You just hear... Creed says, whatever you're about to do, kid, you need to hurry the fuck up.
So this is navigation.
And quick question for you, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
How many extras are there in the room with us? So not our party.
I have that count here.
That's right, there's that amazing picture.
Yeah.
It's been very helpful.
It has been.
From my recollection, we should have... I think there's one gangster and the Scotsman and Tenjin.
That's it. Slept.
We have Tenjin, we have the Scotsman, we have 2 of the cronies still.
Okay.
And then Glade, Alistair, Juno, Doug, and Creed.
Creed.
Okay, cool.
Great. And you counted Tenjin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
So we have 2 cronies.
Continue.
Yeah.
Okay. Does someone here have any sort of arithmetic ability? I need help doing the numbers on this.
I can see if I can find anything else on this computer that may help us.
It's just a number of calculations, Fate.
And
Gotta do 'em
wouldn't
quick.
they not have the technology to do that?
If you're taking a look, do it fast.
You tell me this computer's going to compute stuff?
Yeah, it's literally what it fucking is.
Open up the desktop calculator.
47 0 0 0 0 0 0.
That's another success
Okay.
in library use.
On you having a success,
You get Wolfram Zeta.
Oh.
I don't know what that means, but I assume it's very
Wolfram
smart.
Alpha is like an online calculator thing that does complex calculations.
It's great.
So if you're really smart, you probably would have laughed before I asked my dumb question. Great. On a regular success, I'll say that that would give you a bonus dice.
Perfect. We're gonna need it.
Alistair, I do think I found something here. It looks complicated, but it might help you.
No, that'll work. Thank you, Faith.
What is it? What is it?
That's an extreme success.
Fuck yeah.
Hot.
That's a
diggity
6, Brian.
Fucking dog.
Brian, that's a 6.
Alex, what is that?
It's like a 9. Oh, no. It's
Oh,
a
it's a 6. Okay, nice. Whoa, God, super close, guys. Okay, goddamn, on an extreme motherfucking hell ass success, you, Tom and Catherine did a business.
Do you want to roll that extra die there?
Sure. I mean, it's gonna be an extreme success. Yeah, it would have failed.
Holy shit. All right. On an extreme success, you manage to calculate it perfectly. And you know that like course corrections can happen even in sublight. So you know the window is actually quite small for you to kind of beam these guys into. You kind of looking at the readouts with the program that Juno sent you, you can see there are several beam barges within the gate itself. They were ready to launch before all the kerfuckery happened. You type in the coordinates. You hit it. For a moment, there's nothing. And then all of a sudden, the water starts shimmering. And there's another wave of psychic energy. Could I get everyone to make another power check for me, please?
That's just another 70.
No.
Which we learned previously
Is a fail.
is a failure.
Fuck.
Damn it.
Juno also fails.
Okay.
Alistair also fails.
Alrighty. Could both of you take a D3 of sanity damage, please?
Who's both?
Alistair and Juno.
Alistair and Juno, yes.
1.
Okay, you take 1 point of sanity damage.
2.
You take 2 points of sanity damage. How's our sanity looking, team? Alistair gave me a big thumbs up.
Yeah.
Juno has 21.
Okay.
sanity. It's not as bad as it could be.
Yeah.
Just don't look at her hit points or her luck.
Could somebody roll for Doug?
I got it. Doug got a 53.
Okay, that is a success. And then you can hear Doug like struggling, but you look down at your screen at your readout and you can see the little dot on the radar that was reading out as the bones of Emir all of a sudden just stutters and then disappears from your radar.
Big Daddy Michael Wormwood is going to be pissed with us. He definitely did not die on that ship. He is like omniscient.
Yeah, well. It is what it is.
We're trying to get the network to renew us for season 3, so...
I'm going to turn away from the monitor. It worked. It worked. It worked. Bones of Emir, no longer there.
I hope that was the right call.
Me too. Doug. Is Doug still seizing out?
His whole body is kind of relaxed and the sheath just falls out of his mouth. He says, "Hey, we need to run."
Yeah.
And the green light that was coming from under the water just goes out. And then all of a sudden, something smashes into the glass. You see this, it looks like almost this pulsing black tentacle. These little spines just kind of stretch out from it, retracts from the glass, and then another one hits, and another one. And the glass starts to crack, and you can see these spines that are coming out from this tentacle start to weave their way in. A third tentacle comes up and slaps flat against the glass, and then blinking, opening all along its length are human eyes.
Everyone get the fuck out of here. Creed, help me move Doug.
Everyone make a sanity check for me, please.
Juno fails.
So does Glade.
Oh, you're getting Catherine rolls today.
It's a hard success for Alistair.
Did you roll a 70 again?
No, 52.
Okay.
Okay. You're not seeing the full creature yet, so I'm not going to get you to do its full sanity damage. If you succeeded, roll a d3. If you failed, roll a d6.
What if you got a hard success?
If you got a hard success, just take 1.
Ah, sick.
1 point of sanity damage.
Bitch! That's a 6.
How many sanities do you have?
How many sanities did you have?
I have 14.
Okay. You lost more than 5 sanity points in one go, though. So I do need you to make an intelligence check for me, please.
It's time to fail. It's time to be really dumb. It's time to be so unbelievably dumb.
But she's so smart.
Think stupid thoughts.
Think stupid thoughts.
Conjure Piotr.
I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm a man.
Good.
That's a success.
No.
All right.
Brian has broken out the rule book.
Yeah.
I mean, if she goes insane by becoming a homicidal maniac, I think canonically no change. So
It's true.
Yeah,
Cancels out.
She could become obsessed with fish.
In which case, she would never leave this room.
There are risks here.
oh man.
The biggest calamari I've ever seen.
Oh, fuck.
Time seems to stop.
You wanted to push me deep, deep down. And yet here you are, falling to pieces once again.
You're not real.
I am not real. I'm you.
And then your eyes involuntarily, even in this frozen moment, flick to the tentacle, the human eyes, and from the blackness behind it, the face of Felix emerges. Except in this version of Felix's face, his eyes are red, bloody ruins. And there is a maniacal grin on his face as he places his hands against the glass that is cracking. And his mouth doesn't move, but you hear,
I can protect us. This is what I'm for.
Oh, God.
I'm going to step out of keeper voice for a second here. Glade has a choice. This is definitely me not stepping out of keeper voice. This is 100%
like,
still
what?
keeper voice. Glade has a choice. You can put the mask on. You can half the sanity damage you just took, but the mask is now driving. Or you can go temporarily insane. I'm not going to make you roll for this. You can roll if you choose, but it's entirely in your court. This is up to Glade.
And just because it's been a while, going temporarily insane, is that going to be like a random thing on the chart? Or
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
I'll probably get you to roll, and unless it's the fucking fish one again, then we'll kind of see what happens.
Glade drops her rifle as it clatters down to the ground and just absolutely consumed by the image in front of her. Not one thought strays from the fact that she murdered Felix, and her right hand reaches down, desperately feeling for the third mask.
You find it.
Can Juno make a spot hidden? She hears the clatter of the gun.
I think this would be a psychology roll or psychoanalysis.
Sure.
You're so good at those.
I should fucking be good at those. Yeah, that's an extreme success. Or not an extreme. That's a hard success. Glade. No. You don't need to do this. They shielded you once, but you don't need that anymore. I need you. I need you. We need you. I need you. She just lightly, not trying to force Glade into anything, just lightly puts her hand on Glade's arm.
Which arm?
Her right arm.
Would Glade feel this? Because I know I'm in like the whole vision sanity.
Absolutely. Yeah, you do.
I want to make a roll. Catherine, call it highs or lows.
Damn.
Highs.
Glade is reaching down, feels the mask, and begins to pull it out, and then feels a hand on her arm. And that hand just like is just touching.
Just like lightly, just a light weight of a uncalloused, delicate hand.
Flawless manicure.
Flawless
The
manicure.
lily white hands
Definitely
of a woman
Alistair.
who's ever worked in her life.
Okay. Glade feels it. Still just absolutely focused on the image of Felix in front of her. And I would say, like, doesn't hear anything except the masked voice still ringing in her ears. And starts to move the mask out of its satchel, and it's slowly raising up. Are you doing anything else?
I don't think Juno wants to like try and overpower Glade, but fuck it. Mask is being raised.
Slowly. It's being raised up beside her.
Juno puts more pressure on Glade's arm.
Like pushing, pulling, squeezing.
Yeah, pushing it down and then actually like grabbing and squeezing her arm. Not hard, but just more pressure. Is it still raising?
Yeah.
Glade, I want to respect your decisions, but this isn't it. Protection like this does more harm than good.
You come back to reality, the mask still in your hand, the decision still before you, but you can see more and more of these tentacles smashing into the glass.
Glade shoots her face towards Juno, coming back to it. I'm dead if I don't.
You're not. We can protect each other.
Fuck.
Whatever your decision is, it's okay.
I disagree.
Are you still
There's
gonna
a wrong
resist?
answer.
Juno will resist, but perhaps not successfully.
Glade, suddenly a million things racing through her mind.
If you go, Glade, I know that you'll come back to me. So it's okay. If you have to go, just promise you'll come back.
Glade painfully winces at you, and then...
Are you going to change the masks right there?
Yeah.
Juno does a sleight of hand to raise part of her cloak so nobody can see Glade. Or can Juno just do that?
I think with all the other shit going on, Juno can just do that.
Okay.
Honestly. Yeah, because
she sees the mask going, she lets go of her hand, and she just like covers Glade. So that nobody sees her change. Or nobody sees her face.
Already. Including Juno?
Yeah.
Okay.
No matter who you are, I will always protect you.
There's a brief moment just before the mask is about to go on, the third mask. And there's a memory of Juno lying on the floor of the office, the Usagicity campus, with blood leaking out of her hands, and you having just shot one of the Jesuits pursuing her. And there's this memory of when she looked up at you, bloody and in pain and panicked, and you could just see the moment of relief on her face. Despite everything that was happening, she knew if you were there, she was safe. Mask still going on?
What the fuck, Brian? You say lines like, oh, there's a wrong choice, and then...
There's no wrong choice.
There's no wrong choice. I'm fucking with you.
There are, however, consequences.
There's always consequences.
The mask goes on.
Okay.
But Glade, in some subconscious level, grabs onto that vision you just gave her and pulls it in with her.
Okay. Alistair,
Yeah.
you had a question for me before.
This is all happening while I'm trying to get people out of the room.
Absolutely.
Where would I be in that process?
You had just put something into the computer. This would have happened very quickly, this exchange. So realistically, yeah, you could have like just started getting people out of the room. By the time that like all of the tentacles now are like smashing into the window, who would you have started? Like, what was your process? Walk me through it.
Well, closest to me, I would have grabbed Creed and Doug to try and get them out. Would have then shouted at the Scotsman and his men to move their asses out. Assuming that Glade and Juno would have been fine, I'd look at them towards the edge of the room where Glade was positioned, towards the last. I assume I'd turn over and just see them Samwise Gamging in the corner of the room.
Yes.
Under a cloak.
We're just kissing for sanity again.
Yeah. Ignore this.
Okay, yeah. So you can see Tenjin nodded when you start to like get everybody on their way out. He immediately heads for Juno. Creed has like Doug basically is kind of like got his arms under, in Doug's armpits kind of thing, and it's just like dragging him back out through the room. They're basically outside already.
Perfect.
The Scotsman and his men are just kind of staring at the glass, and then as more of the tentacles hit, the Scotsman just kind of, right, away we go. And he just bolts for the door, but it does seem that Juno and Glade are still there.
As Tenjin comes over, I turn to look at him. Mask is on now.
Yes?
Over her shoulder, she looks at Tenjin and she goes, Tenjin, be careful. Things are about to get even more unpredictable. She will not hurt me, but she may hurt you. Be kind and be aware. And she lifts the cloak off of Glade.
Surprise!
Who said I wouldn't hurt you?
I have faith, Glade.
And the mask turns and books it out of the room.
Okay.
Tenjin, let's go. She helps Tenjin out of the room, but they're very, very much tailing.
Are you waiting for them to make their way out, Alistair?
I'm going to make sure that the Faith gets out of the room.
Okay.
Brian, with all the visions that we've seen, and Juno having a little bit more insight into kind of the expansive nature of the universe and some of the mythos that goes on in it, would any of those additional encounters given her any more insight into that kind of...
Mr. Keeperman, points please.
I'll tell you what.
Points, please!
You can roll a d6.
Yeah.
And before you roll it, you will take that amount of sanity damage, and that will be added to your Cthulhu Mythos score.
Okay.
Bearing in mind, you might go temporarily insane.
Sure.
What? That's 3. That's fine.
Great.
Thank you, Keeper!
Alrighty.
Is the Faith and the concussed old preacher man out of the room?
Yes.
Can I close the doors behind us?
The Faith and Tenjin were ahead of you. You were ahead of the Scotsman. The Scotsman's kind of right on your tail. You get outside the room just as you hear, and there's this chatter of gunfire. We're going to stop you there, Baron.
Okay, and so once again, Herr Ziegenmeister, the doorway is a triangle, but
Yes.
the bomb is a square. I think we need to go a different way, is what I'm saying.
I think, no, we can figure this out. If we...
I cannot angle it any way to put it through the triangle.
Well, can you hold up the camera so I can see?
Okay, 1 second. The doctor takes out like an analog camera and holds it up. Can you see anything?
Oh, yes, no, I can.
You see him go,
Yes, I see the problem. Are you good with electronics at all?
I have a small amount of skill, yes.
Okay. I believe this doorway, the technical term for it is a sphincter. We can open it a little wider, much like human sphincters.
Yes, I am familiar with this.
Yes.
From my profession.
There should be a control panel right over there.
Fantastic, I will try.
Major Ziggy is going to kind of talk you through this as well, so you're going to get a bonus dice on this.
Okay, rolling electronics.
Mhm.
That's a hard success.
Okay.
Shit.
You kind of like tinkering with the wires a little
Wait,
bit.
I'm sorry, Alex. Are you being useful?
Oh, Leah!
Not when you are around, that is for sure.
That's such a valid question. Yeah, you managed to open the triangle sphincter a little bit more and push your bomb through.
We call this a disimpaction in the medical literature.
You emerge into the gardens. Most of the lights are out. There are occasional flickers. What you think are lights, but you realize are actually cut huge electrical cables that are live. Just like flashes of man-made lightning. They illuminate what was once a broad green space has now been turned into a writhing black crater. You can see these flying creatures in the distance, many laden with hopefully unconscious humans approaching what looks like this massive, truly massive chrysalis in the center of the gardens.
It is fitting that it is here that leaf subsides unto leaf, and our Eden project has indeed sunk to grief. Now I understand you would like me to destroy at least this part of the station, is that correct?
Yes,
And the reach of this weapon, how far is it?
it should just destroy the gardens. However, I won't lie to you, Doctor. Setting off an explosive this powerful in the station could have unforeseen consequences.
Truly a Faustian bargain.
Isn't that life? At least, life in this world as it has been offered to us.
I wish to say that I am not sure you know what it is to be alive, but perhaps that is only my own biases speaking. And so I will ask you this instead. Is there any means of communication, perhaps a PA system around, that we could use to warn any who are still alive?
Potentially. But we would run the risk of alerting the creatures to our presence.
Then I will have to learn how to run finally. It is a joke.
Ha, ha, ha.
Yes, this is not convincing me that you have a good sense of life.
I'm working on laughter.
Okay, well, let's work on the PA system.
There should be a way of accessing the PA system further in.
Then that is where we will head.
Go ahead and make a psychology roll for me, please.
That is a fumble.
A critical fumble?
It's a 96.
Okay. You begin making your way further into the gardens, to this hellscape that it has become. And as you start to develop some momentum, you can hear overhead. And then from your data center, very quietly,
I like you, Baron. And I'm so sorry that so much of our interaction has been me lying to you.
and then your data center buzzes, and the display on the bomb turns green as it slowly makes its way towards the center of the room. You see a countdown. 1 minute. 59. 58. Getting smaller and smaller.
Baron's gonna look around to see if there is anyone alive or unconscious near him.
Go ahead and make a spot hidden check for me.
That's a success.
Okay, you see someone, you didn't notice them at first, but the ground beneath you is this kind of hardened chitinous ichor, this blackened ichor. And as you are looking around, you can see just beneath the surface a hand just hitting. It seems like this hard veneer sheen just below your feet.
Okay, he's going to grab anything nearby to try to smash through the ichor.
Okay, you look nearby and you can see a fire axe.
How fortuitous.
Indeed.
Baron is going to grab the fire axe and then, put it against the ichor so that it would be visible from the other side, and then tap twice gently and then raise it back up before he brings it down.
Gotcha. Yep, no worries. The hand hitting against this withdraws, and you raise the axe above your head, and there's a moment of realization. There's a very good chance, if Baron takes the time to try to save this person, that he will not make it out before the bomb goes off. And perhaps, maybe uncharacteristically for Baron, maybe not, that's up to you, the reptilian hindbrain that he so often doesn't listen to in service of the greater good just sends a shiver of spearmint gum. Sends a shiver of fear down his spine as he realizes he contemplates the end of his life. I leave it up to you.
I think he will make a Howard check. That's a 96, which means that he's going to have to burn 36 points of luck.
What?
All fucking right.
And he swings.
Hell yeah. Make a fighting brawl check for me, please.
Oh, thank God. That is a success.
A success. Okay. You bring the axe down down. You can see now, like, you have broken this thin veneer that you were standing on. You reach down, you start pulling it open, and you can see a person kind of emerging from this tar. Just kind of reach up to you like, please, please, please. And their hands kind of grasping at your collar. Don't want to die.
Come with me, mein Freund. And he's going to kick off and go towards the exit.
Okay. Go ahead and make a strength check for me, please.
Fuck, yes. It's a 2.
Yeah.
Damn. You lift up and
Aerodynamic as shit.
you manage, I mean, as a ball. You go towards the exit. You can hear the flapping behind you. You make it through the door before your world is split asunder by a cacophony of light and sound as the bomb goes off. We will pause you there.
They're going to be like, roll 4d10 damage.
Oh, we'll get there. The mask. What is the... Is the mask just sprinting down the corridors, basically?
Yep.
Just like getting out of there as fast as possible?
Yep.
Absolutely. What's the mask's move?
8.
8. Okay, so like making pretty good fucking speed. Could the mask go ahead and make a listen check for me, please?
Mm-hmm. There'd be spooky things around. Success.
Okay. As you run through the hallways of GC admin, backtracking perfectly the way you came
Do I
in.
pass everyone? Or what's...
I'm trying to remember.
Or am I
What did
catching
I
up to
say?
people?
I feel like you actually were the first out the door.
Really?
Yeah, you ran past everyone.
Oh, I
What?
thought he was ushering everyone out, but while June and I were the last ones in there.
Oh yeah, shit, that is what I said initially, isn't it? But you still, if you're running full tilt, like everyone else is, like they're kind of like checking to see if the other people are going. So like if you're just running full tilt, you don't give a fuck about anybody, then for sure you would pass.
I do give a fuck about somebody.
Yourself?
2 people.
2 people.
Where's Doug?
Doug is with Creed and Alistair. So,
The mask makes it to them.
okay.
How's Doug looking?
Doug looks like barely on his feet, but is like gritting his teeth and trying to get through it. You can see blood leaking freely from his nose, from his ears, and then there's actually, just as you're watching, he blinks and a tear of blood comes from one of his eyes. So he's not looking awesome.
The mask comes up behind Creed, puts their hand on his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Allow me to help Doug.
Looks, turns to you. Ah, Jesus Christ. What happened to your mask?
It's fine. This one just gets things done.
I mean, all right. You're friends with him, I guess.
That's right.
You managed to get your arm, like, or kind of under Doug's arm, take him away from Creed. What are you doing?
Continue to move.
Okay. You hear, I thought she fucking buried you.
You can't bury someone like me.
If you're gonna kill me, please do it before whatever the fuck those things are out there eat me.
We'll see.
We're gonna pause you at the front of the line. Alistair, as you had left, you heard the glass shatter. The Scotsman right behind you. You can see this kind of... The Scotsman's 2 men in the room start shooting at the angel. Let me roll some dice here quickly. I don't want to get out of that many dice. The one of the tentacles just like punches right through one of the Scotsman's men, and then all the spines that you had seen stochastically kind of like popping up, just like a porcupine, just expand. And there's this like spray of viscera and blood as all these spikes just kind of emerge from all of the Scotsman's limbs. And then the tentacle withdraws bits and pieces of what he was, just floating in 0 G's. The other one throws his rifle away and goes to run. What are you doing?
Where's the Scotsman?
The Scotsman is right behind you. You guys you're just on the other side of the door.
I'm closing the door.
You got it. Hit the door control. You can see the Scotsman's gangster just reach out his hand. He's like, no. And then door closes. You hear thunk. Then you hear screaming very briefly from the other side of the door before silence. You both take an instinctive step back before the door. Metal starts buckling.
Move, Scotsman.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Once the doors are closed, I'm booking it. I'm trying to make my way up to Creed and Doug, but I guess I would say that Creed no longer has Doug.
Exactly. Yeah, Creed is now like...
I thought Alistair was with Doug.
I was minding the door.
Minding the door. Yeah, you run up to them and you see Doug, kind of in the care of the mask. Creed is kind of like has whipped around at all this noise and has his gun kind of in like a ready position, is just looking at the metal door with wide eyes.
Keep moving, old man. Guns aren't going to help us here. Distance will.
He just kind of nods and then blinks. Could I get you to make a power check for me, please? Creed has to as well.
That's a success.
Success. Okay. Creed also has a regular success. Neurologically implanted employee directive is basically kind of what you have to pay in order to work for CorpSec, in order to get them to cover half the cost of your cybernetics. Yours, you have the need, the neurologically implanted employee directive, to get a sample of the angel for CorpSec. You know you need to get DNA. You can act contrary to this, but you are going to take 1d6 sanity damage.
If I stick around, I'm just going to die. I can't fight that thing. Any DNA I grab from it is just going to be lost with me. Not in the position to retrieve it. No, I'm going to take the sanity damage.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d6. I would advise rolling low.
3.
Great. Perfect. You take 3 points of sanity damage. Could you roll a d6 for Creed, please?
5 for Creed.
Okay. Creed has to make an intelligence check. It's a 98.
Woohoo!
Hell yeah!
Thank God.
Big
Creed.
dumb idiot.
Yeah, he's in his himbo era. You both have this moment where you kind of like look at each other and then you can just see Creed just be like, we can think about what this means later. Fuck the company. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Agreed. If people are still moving, I want to make sure I get a good moment here to connect with Creed. Keep a very close eye on Doug, okay?
Yeah, sure. And you can just see him, the look on his face just clearly says like, yeah, with everything going on, you know, like...
Yeah. Nods.
He nods as if to say...
The fucking call and response, like, and also with your spirit vibe that we have. It's just,
That's very fun. Okay.
And gonna make sure everyone keeps moving.
The mask. I had called for you to make a listen check earlier. As you are now making your way through these tunnels, you hear the chittering of a creature approaching down the tunnel from the direction you need to go.
So is it just Doug and I then?
Up at the front?
Up at the front?
Yeah.
Does it sound like really close?
It sounds like it's probably about between 20 and 50 feet away.
The mask keeps moving with Doug straight ahead. And when the mask thinks it's getting close to the chittering, the mask is gonna turn to Doug and say, I think this is your stop. And with the left arm that she had around him, releases her knife up into his side.
Go ahead and roll your damage for me.
5 damage.
Don't give like a shrug as if you can't control it.
I can't.
Stop role-playing so good.
He has to make a con check. You stab him up through the side. You dumb asshole. You can't kill me. I died on Gizenshaw fucking station. And he pulls out a pistol and jams it up against you. He's going to make a firearms check.
consequences? What?
Ball.
No.
No, it's not an extreme success, but he does get a bonus dice actually because he's jamming it right up against you.
But he's like super hurt and dying and
He
bleeding.
is
and
super
like,
hurt and dying and bleeding. Okay, just a hard success. Goddamn.
There's so many looks being shot across the table right now.
Dodge?
I mean, because you were right up there, you're not
You
to,
made the first move.
and not to be gross, you're literally inside him.
That's fair.
Alrighty. That is a lucky roll for you. On a D10, you take 2 points of damage.
It's not even through my armor, bitch.
The bullet just... You guys hear a crack of gunfire up ahead. And Creed, as Creed was giving you this, like, what the fuck are you talking about kind of look when you're saying to keep an eye on Doug, immediately goes pale. You guys begin to rush forward as you hear this chittering cry, followed by... We're going to Dex, team.
Okay.
Why the fuck are you stabbing Doug?
Yeah.
It's a very good reason.
Doug made the mask go away.
Oh.
There is a method to the madness.
I got it immediately.
Can you
Right.
stop
Yeah,
being so
100%.
good at...
I also got it immediately.
Thank you, Tom.
Alistair has not been with Glade long enough to, I don't know, warn people accurately
Yeah.
about these things.
100%.
God.
Yeah, well, this one doesn't know either, and this one's in love with her. So.
I know. This is tough. Tough scene.
Sometimes we are blind in the face of love.
That being said, we're going to go to Dex in just a moment, but let's pause you there. Baron, flying through space.
Ave Maria playing somewhere in the background.
Ave Maria is kind of Juno's theme, honestly. I've been
Yeah.
using that. So, yeah, no, probably.
Absolutely slapping polka playing somewhere in the background.
Doom, ding, doom, ding, doom, ding, doom. Could Baron make a luck check for me, please?
Anything about Baron's luck, he just burned all of that's a 7.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that is it's a hard success.
Damn right. Okay. You go rocketing through. Fortunately, in 0G, explosions become much more consequential. However, fortunately, you catch the shockwave of it in 0G and you kind of go right through the thankfully widened sphincter with your patient.
.soundcloud.com.
Thankfully widened sphincter. That's the Galaxy's number 5 lo-fi
Number 5
electro swing band. Yeah. You go rocketing through. There is this like fireball kind of following you. And then all of a sudden your momentum stops for a second and the fire's kind of starts rushing backwards. You feel yourself starting to rush backwards before there's this big alarm and the sphincter just
Close the sphincter.
the sphincter automatically closes.
Good.
And you just hear
Atmosphere breach. Atmosphere breach.
Oh, mein Gott. That was close, mein Freund. Are you okay?
you look down. Their clothes are just like they're completely plastered with this black ichor. As you kind of look closer, you can see it is seeping through all of their veins. It's in all of their eyes. The veins in their eyes, the little blood vessels in their eyes, are actually standing up from the surface of their eyes. So they're just kind of like looking at you. They kind of cough, and little flecks of black hit your shirt.
9. We must do something about this. Can I roll occult and medicine to see if there's anything that I can do?
You can, yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's a success on occult, and that's a success on medicine.
Okay, regular successes on both.
Regular success, yeah.
Okay.
I have something for this.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Okay, mein Freund, the plan is to deep freeze the fuck out of you until I can figure out what the fuck to do with you, okay?
That makes sense.
Does this sound good, yeah?
I just don't want to die.
Okay, towards the deep freeze as we go. And I'm gonna go towards the ships, and I'm gonna look for a ship with a deep freezer.
For sure.
A deep freeze.
A deep
Like a
freezer.
like a chest freezer, or like a cryo.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Whichever. Yep, 1,000% makes sense. Absolutely. You push off back towards the dockyards. You can hear these alarms going off. The air seems to be getting thinner. Like, you don't know if it's something that you're imagining, but it does seem to be getting thinner. To the rest of you, we are in Dex order. Glade, the mask. What are you doing?
After taking that shot, the mask is gonna bring the blade back in and then attempt to push Doug forward into the creature.
Okay, go ahead and make a fighting brawl check. Doug is going to oppose it. Doug got a regular success.
I'm gonna use 1 luck to make it a hard success.
Okay, fuck you. Fair enough. He's trying to resist your energy as you get your hips under his, and then you just shove him forward, and he tries to grab onto you and reverse it, but you manage to just break his grip as he goes careening through the fucking space there. Goddamn. One last time, could you please remind me what your dex is?
65.
Okay. As Doug is flailing around, you see this creature just emerge and just you see the mouth just go to clamp down on Doug. Doug is going to fight back, but he's doing so with a penalty dice because he's already fought back this round.
Is anybody else seeing this? I'm at the very back.
They are, but it's going to take them a minute. They have to get there in the turn order first.
And Monster was in the turn order before? Look for another freezer as well. We may need to freeze Doug.
Just the answer. Freeze him.
Freeze him. Just freeze him.
Please join us next season as we traverse the galaxy in an intergalactic ice cream ship.
It's true.
Doug flavor.
The creature goes to bite at Doug, and Doug, whatever last reserves of adrenaline he has, he's clearly calling on, manages to grab the creature's unnatural snout, and because they're in 0G, they both just start tumbling around in this mix. They both failed their brawl checks. Okay, that will bring us to Alistair.
How far away are they?
Looks like they're probably about 20 feet away from you.
I have 9 movement. Can I cover the distance?
Yes.
You're 9 movement?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah, let's say yeah.
Jesus, yeah.
Hell yeah, and especially in 0G, absolutely.
Great. I'm going to get into melee with the creature and Doug and shoot the creature.
Hell yeah. Yeah, fucking, why wouldn't you? Go ahead and...
So I'll draw the sword with the offhand and just charge down the hallway, massive man, shoveling through. I'm going to resist every urge I have to spear tackle the mask to the ground and instead go for Doug.
Okay, you make it around the mask. Yes,
Once the mask sees that someone's caught up, which it being Alistair,
for sure.
the mask is like, Doug has gone crazy. He tried to shoot me.
First shot is good into the beast.
Okay.
Second shot is good into the beast. Third shot is good into the beast.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll your damage.
6 on the first, 7 on the second, 7 on the third.
You rush forward. I mean, how do you want to do it?
If I can make it into the melee, I'd like to, while they're tumbling through space trying to fight each other, using my weight to dislodge the beast from Doug even a little bit, I'm going to lock onto it with the sword, just turn the hilt around under one of its arms,
Hell yeah.
shove the gun up under its ribs, and just pull the trigger 3 times.
Hell yeah. You do that, absolutely. You two tumbling through space, the mask, you can see there's just these flashes of light. The creature kind of screams and then goes quiet. Alistair, you manage to attach your feet to the wall as the creature goes still and fling it down the hallway. Creed appears in the hallway. You can kind of see him looking, just kind of assessing the situation. You can see Doug kind of grabbing his side. See you having just hucked this creature away. The mask just there. Just gonna kind of hold his turn to kind of assess. Juno, what are you doing? You're with Tension.
I'm with Tension now, or the only person behind us is the Scotsman.
Yes. Yeah, correct. Scots is bringing up the rear.
What's going on up there?
I'm back here with you.
Fuck.
as you are saying that, against the metal door, and you can see it buckling even more and more and more. It looks like it's barely holding on.
Where are we running to? What is your plan?
Well, my plan is to go back to the logs in my safe house and wait this out.
You're not going to wait this out. That thing is going to get to you wherever you hide on the station.
We don't have time for this conversation, Faith. Get your fucking ass moving.
Fine.
Or die. It's all the same to me.
I can't carry Tenjin on my own.
His eyes flick to the old man.
Help. Make yourself useful.
Aye.
You get ready to like convince him, but yep, kind of nods, shoves his shotgun to the side. It's kind of like on a strap, and then gets under Tenjin's other arm.
Are we coming up to another door that we can close?
Highs or lows?
Highs.
What's a 5 on a D10? Is that highs or lows?
Highs.
Highs.
Yeah,
Highs. It's highs.
Why do I not trust you guys? Okay.
5 on a D10 is a low. Sorry.
Tom.
He was leaving us.
No, there is not. There's not a door you can close.
I blame you, Tom.
Look,
If we all die, it's Tom's fault.
I can do finger math.
I can't, and neither can Brian, and it was going to be a mansion.
Well, I mean, if a D10 starts at 0, like if you roll a D10 and a D100.
0 is 10. You know 0 is 10. Okay. Anyway, there's no door, but you're moving. Quick. What are you doing? Actual turn. What are you doing? There's no door you can close. Catherine is counting all of the numbers on the D10.
Okay, fine.
I think she's just threatening her dice, actually.
You fucking do this again. Swear to God.
Listen here, you son of a bitch.
Actually, I haven't tried that yet, and I should.
Yeah. Might as well.
Fucking eat you. You piece of shit.
Can't even digest you. I don't give a fuck.
I know you're not candy dice. I don't give a shit.
I'll melt you.
Okay, what are you actually doing with your turn, though?
Running. I mean, I'm not anywhere near the action.
Yep.
I'm way too far away from the action.
Hell yeah. I would say on your turn,
I have a movement of 7.
okay, you could probably make it not quite into the corridor where all of this shit with the creature and with Alistair the Mask and Doug has gone down. You can't quite make it in there, but that's what you can do with your turn.
Okay.
Very reasonable.
Okay,
The Scotsman is helping you. That will bring it to the Angel.
Angel doesn't get a turn.
The Angel gets a lair action.
You're right. It gets 4.
Yeah.
Actually, funny you said that number.
I know.
You're a rock star. From behind you, you're... And then... a bunch of metal sounds like being stabbed through. It's so fast. Holy shit.
Catherine's making her best puppy dog eyes.
No, I have a plan.
Is your plan to throw the book at the angel? 'Cause
I don't have the
We
book
don't have the book.
I know. I
anymore.
was just going to point that out.
No, I feel naked without my book. My evil book.
You look behind you. You turn around, and all 3 of you, and you can see this formless mass of black ichor, like rope-like ichorous substance that's just shuddering occasionally, these spines coming out, some of them adhering or like stabbing through the metal and pulling out bits of metal as it goes past. All through this creature, human eyes are opening.
You poor things.
It is barreling down on you, but it can't quite make it to you this turn. That'll bring us back to the top of the turn order. What are you doing? The Mask.
You animal.
Alex has texted the group chat. Icker, I hardly know her.
And then just sat there trying to contain himself.
Good God.
Would the mask hear the
That
angel?
text? No, because it's fucking stupid. Would the mask hear the angel? At this point, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. You feel this, and then an alarm starts going off.
Atmosphere breach. Atmosphere breach.
Would I know where to go to get to the locks through the tunnels?
To get to the locks through the tunnels, the locks, no. To get to the dockyards, yes.
Okay. Is it currently is it just still straight hallway we're going down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The mass just continues on.
Okay. You will have to go past Alistair, who is next in the turn order. Alistair, what are you doing?
Presumably, I would have also heard this thing come busting through the door.
Mm-hmm.
And I see Glade leaving Juno.
Yep, with the mask. The mask that they were wearing when you first met them. Thinking of the character differences, whatever that means to Alistair.
Is Doug still alive, floating around near me?
Absolutely. You can see he is clutching his side.
Yeah.
Seems to have been stabbed by something.
And
but
he's in 0G.
He's in 0G.
I don't have what it takes to fix him. I'm gonna yell to Creed. Creed, help Doug if you can. If you can't, leave him behind. Juno?
Alistair, what's happening up there?
Leave Tenjin and run. Or by God, I'll shoot him myself right now.
He's right. Jinbug, you need to go.
Tenjin, I need everything you have. I need you. I need all of the energy you have. Everything you can give me. Every prayer. I don't want to leave you, but I also need time. She kind of wraps her fingers in his hair. And it's kind of shaggily pulled back now that he's been running. And she looks at him. She holds his head. I don't want to lose you, but we are losing. Give me everything you have. And you hold on for as long as you... longer than those we just saw. And if you can't, it'll be over fast. We've talked about this before. You are loved. And despite your sins, you will rest easy. And she kisses him on the forehead.
As you say, he will rest easy, and you kiss him on the forehead, you can feel just this weight seem to disappear from him.
He says, "You are the brightest part of my life, Junebug.
Juno starts just little single tears.
Go. Live.
I love you, Tenjin. Thank you.
I love you too."
And move her ass!
And we move.
Scotsman grabs you, and then you both start moving. You hear it.
Do not waste your power, creature, in telling me to be not afraid, for I have seen death, and you hold no fear for me.
And then you hear... and a roar from Tenjin that you've never heard as you pass out of sight down the hallway. Baron.
Yeah.
You continue towards the dockyards. As you enter, you can see the these fireballs continuing to spread. Some of them are starting to fizzle out, and the air does feel especially thin. You're not imagining it anymore. All of the fires that have been going on here have been eating up the oxygen remaining. What is Baron doing to try to locate a ship?
Baron is looking for something that is large enough that it would have a med bay in it. And that looks like it is, if not in hyperspace jump condition, at least it's intact and it looks like the electrical is functioning.
Okay. Go ahead and this is a straight up luck check to see what ships are functional at this point.
No, it's a fail.
Okay. None in sight here. You're going to have to move further into the dockyards to try to find one.
Okay. Does Baron know where a dockyards control station or customs or anything would be that would have a database of what ships are here and where they are?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, he's going to go there.
For sure. You go and you can see there is a terminal, and it's kind of stuttering. It seems to have been damaged, but it does still seem to be more or less functional to someone who is reasonably handy with electronics.
Okay, so focusing the search on an area other than the area he just saw, he's going to look for a mid-size, like kind of high-class pleasure yacht or a trading vessel that would have a medical bay.
Okay, go ahead and this will be a computer use or library use check.
Okay, that's a success. Don't ask how.
You see one in the registry. The berth of this ship is on like the farther side of the dockyards. It will take you some time to get there. The registry, as you hit it, it does kind of give you a little map to show you where the berth is, and it's right near something called Frederico's.
Friedrichs. Okay, he's going to go there. Wordlessly, he's going to reach into his med bag. He's going to pull out a stim pack, and he's going to hit the guy he's carrying with him.
Okay.
Guy, girl, person.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can see this go. What is that?
Breathe deeply, my friend.
Oh, that feels amazing.
Yeah, don't get too used to it.
Why don't we do this all the time?
There are very good reasons, which I will explain later.
Oh, I don't think they're going to be very convincing. This is the best I've ever felt in my entire life.
Okay, you can be my next character later.
I feel like a unicorn. That's great. That's great. Okay, incredible. We are going to leave Baron there. The mask. You have barreled past Alistair. You're continuing down. For the sake of expediency, we'll see you get to the part of the tunnel where there's the fork. You can head back towards the Nexus Market, or you can head towards the dockyard.
The mask is going to go for the docks.
Okay, the dockyards. You got it. Alistair, you see Creed run forward to Doug. Doug is just kind of like clutching his side. Looks kind of woozy. Creed just says, deactivate your mag boots. Come on. Doug does so, and Creed is basically just like floating him along. Doug is just like holding his side. Creed pulls out a stim pack. Doug just, oh my God. Why aren't we doing this all the time? But you all are running, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Sorry, real quick. Can I retroactively do something?
Yeah?
Really quick. While MS is running, they're going to take out their data center.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to message the Scotsman. Keep running, but know that Doug got bit in his side.
I feel like you need to make sleight of hand to text while running.
What? Agreed.
I'm not going to say sleight of hand.
It was already like a pre-made message. I just had to press one.
Yeah. Glade's autocorrect is insane.
Yeah, no, the mass autocorrect.
The mass,
is insane.
that's absolutely it. This is going to be a fast talk check. I think because of everything going on, I think that's a very plausible lie. So I'm going to give you a bonus dice on your fast talk check.
I'm going to spend 4 luck to make that extreme success.
Damn.
If you're gonna do fucking risky shit, I'm gonna do risky shit.
This is just what I've been saying the whole time. We should all be doing risky shit.
Fucking doing risky shit.
No, that's what the mask does, okay?
It's kind of what Juno does. Yeah.
Okay.
What Juno gotta do.
You send that off? 100%?
Okay.
Okay. Juno, the Scotsman, you guys are running. You can see the Scotsman, as he's running, kind of like taps just the side, and you can see his eyes unfocus as people who have kind of like corneal implants.
So she clocks that he has an implant.
He is, you can see he is cybernetic up to fucking, to the tits.
Sweet.
And beyond the tits.
Tits and beyond cybernetics.
Yes, tits and beyond cybernetics.
That should have been that should have been in the ad.
Hey, there's always season 3. There's always season 3.
It's for boob augmentation and then also
but I'm just picturing, like the hydraulics in cars, make them bounce. It's like
You gotta
press
start
plus,
with the
make it-
easy stuff, and then once you're good at it, you work your way up to just like a really nice set of tits.
Very good.
Anyways.
Alrighty, but you clock that he has received a text, but you two are running together.
How close are we to Doug?
You can see them up ahead. You're probably like, I don't know, 20 feet or so. Maybe a little closer, actually. Probably more like 12 or 15 feet.
If I call it to Doug, will he hear me?
Yeah, definitely. But why would you call it? I mean, yeah, just know that you don't know the contents of that text message, and you don't know that that's what the Scotsman received. You just know that he received something.
And you don't know anything that just happened up ahead of you.
That's also true.
It's true, but I need Doug. I need Doug's help.
For sure.
Should I wait one more turn? Run.
It's up to you. What are you doing? So you want to call it, because you can run and move. Sorry. Yes,
Just
you can run and
remember
move.
that
You
this
can
is
yell.
a cosmic horror.
I know.
And you are a baby witch.
But I am a witch.
If that's what Juno is thinking about right now, that knowledge that was imparted to you does not sit idly in Juno's mind. And perhaps Juno hasn't noticed this because of everything else that's been going on, but that knowledge is like a predator in a cage in your mind. It is constantly pacing back and forth, its eyes fixed outward. That spell wants to be cast.
I run.
Very good. That'll bring us back up to the top of the turn order. At this point, we're not really like pursuing anything. So the mask, you just keep running. We're going to keep saying that. To Juno, Alistair, all you guys reach the intersection. The Scotsman kind of pulls up short, and you can see him focus on Doug. He says, "I've been informed that one of your members infected.
Informed by who?
Glade.
And where is she?
She's done a runner, which, to be honest, is kind of the smart move in these circumstances. Normally, knowing what I'd know, I'd just put a blast in him and be done with it. But I suspect that you'd all take issue with that, and there's a few more of you than there are of me. What you do with it is your business. But I'm going back to the locks, and I'm gonna try to build a kingdom out of the ashes."
There is no fertile ground here to build a kingdom of. You leave him to us. If Glade is right, then we will deal with it ourselves. But she's not in her right mind right now, she says kind of under her breath.
Says, yes, the third mask.
Juno looks shocked that the Scotsman knows about that.
Well, I thank you all for your assistance. Should you ever find your way back to mine, we'll have a drink together, providing any of us make it out of this alive. He gives a big grin and a salute.
Godspeed. I hope this isn't as fruitless as I think it is.
He just nods and then turns to leave. Are you guys heading?
What's your plan here, Brian? Do we just run until we can't run anymore? What do you want from us?
I don't know.
The docks.
You guys do what you want. Like, this is kind of the thing. I don't know. Like, you're asking what my plan is. The more important question is, what's your
we complain
plan?
about railroading, and then we get to a junction with literally two roads, and we're like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Where the fuck am I supposed to go?
It's like, the important question here, too, is not what my plan is. It's what's your plan. Like, you let me know what your plan is, and then I facilitate that. So,
Juno?
God damn it, the mask goes on for 1 second. You don't know what to do.
Juno. Juno.
You don't get to talk, Leah. Yes?
We're going to the docks. We're not going back to sit and wait for a kingdom that will never come. We're gonna go to the docks.
I know we're not going to go and build a kingdom out of some bullshit ashes.
Then, don't let your friend die in vain.
There is
Keep
something
moving.
inside of me, Alistair, that just knows that it could fight it. I can fight it. But I don't know when the right opportunity is.
Take it from a person who's won many fights at a great cost. Don't fight. Run.
She looks at Doug on the ground, who we've just stimmed, correct?
Doug is floating. But
Okay,
yes,
floating.
absolutely.
Okay.
Who has been stimmed. Looks like, has a bit more color in his cheeks.
Doug, I'm sorry if she did. Are you okay? Did you get bitten?
She fucking stabbed me. Juno.
That tracks, actually.
It's okay, I tried to shoot her.
Yeah, that also tracks.
We need to get the fuck out of here.
We will resolve this together later over good conversation as long as we survive. Let's go, Alistair.
That's the plan.
You don't need to be a dick about it. And grabs Doug and tries to move as fast as she can.
Okay. Suffice it to say, you guys all make your way through this tunnel. The mask, you get out first. You see the dockyards are a ruin of shipwrecks, like blown up ships, increasingly dying fireballs as they consume what little oxygen is left.
Any communication arrays that would be available for off-station communication, are any of them still available?
You don't know yet. It's a fair question, but you just don't know yet. What's the mask doing?
The mask remembers when Glade was on the phone with Federico that technically Henry could fly.
Mm-hmm.
And really, I mean, that's the only ship they think they could probably get going or tell Henry to pilot. It's familiar. And so the mask is going to make its way
Okay.
to Federico's.
As you begin making your way there, up in the distance, you spot a very spherical man in lederhosen dragging an ichor-covered human towards what you know to be the direction of Frederico's.
Alex, if she tries to hurt you, get the human to bite her.
Do I make it to them or?
Yeah,
The mask is going to try to stealthily come up behind them.
for sure. Go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Do you want me to roll spot hidden opposed, or?
Yeah, I imagine you'd probably be pretty on the ball, so absolutely.
It's a fail for me.
Okay,
And spend 3 luck to make a success.
okay. You sneak up to them.
Wait, so I see that the rotund man is kind of helping the other, or do they both, like, who seems to be the weaker?
The weaker one is
Is the
definitely...
one covered in ichor?
Yeah, 100%.
Being kept alive by drugs.
Absolutely.
Does the mask, because you said the mask sees him heading towards Federico's, right?
Mm-hmm.
And right now the mask doesn't recognize who they are? Or
I would say you probably recognize, yeah. You probably recognize... I was being silly before.
Oh.
But yes, you recognize Dr. Von first.
Okay. The mask gets real close, super quiet,
Mm-hmm.
and raising her arm. Their arm. Doctor, who's this?
Ah, grazie. I see you have changed your mask. This is an unfortunate individual who I am taking for medical care.
Sounds fun.
You say this in a sinister manner, as though it does not, in fact, sound fun to you.
Are you heading to the Violet King Henry?
I'm gonna go ahead and guess that yes, I am.
Not intentionally, no, actually. The ship that you were heading for was beside the Violet King Henry.
No.
Isn't the Violet King Henry off station?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So that's why you were not heading there. But you were the ship happened to be beside Frederico's.
I am going in the direction of a Mr. Friedrichs. Are you heading this way as well?
Do you have a ship there?
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Well, it is not my ship, although I will get into my opinions about the concept of private property perhaps later.
The ship that you're heading towards is called the Fist of Providence. Thanks once again to our patrons for that name.
All right. And you believe you can get into the ship and we can fly it?
Candidly, I have no idea, but not a lot of other options.
All right, then. I'll play along. And the mask heads towards the Fist of Providence.
Okay. Could both of you make spot hidden checks for me, please?
That's a success.
Okay.
No.
Baron, as the mask says this, you kind of look up and you can see emerging through the fireballs 1, 2, 3 of these creatures that have taken over Gate City, managing to move through the thin atmosphere. You realize that stealth will be needed to make the rest of this journey. To the other two, you make your way into the dockyard. You can see, as you enter, you can see these creatures flying around. You enter the ruins of the dockyard. You begin making your way. I'm assuming you guys are also headed towards the Violet King Henry.
Yeah. Last I understood, that ship belonged to Doug.
Yes,
And that's where we're going.
absolutely.
Juno does spot the creatures and does want to stay fairly cautious around them,
For sure.
but she does ready her gun as well.
You've got it. Okay. Are you guys sneaking or?
I would very much like to do so, yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Let's do a group stealth check then. I'm not gonna.
Or who's a part of this?
We're basically traveling in 2 separate parties, so we're gonna get a group stealth check for you and Baron, and then we're gonna get a group stealth check from Juno, Alistair, and Creed. Doug isn't rolling because he's floating at the moment.
It's a fail from the good doctor.
Also a fail for the mask.
Okay.
It's a fail. I don't have a lot of stealth.
Oh no. And
I succeeded!
Okay. Creed also succeeded.
Oh, that's good.
So this group, you guys are making like good time, moving pretty well, and as you are moving, you hear this like these chittering cries as 3 of the creatures descend down. You hear that, the mask and Baron, and you look up and you see these creatures descending down on you. What are you guys doing?
The doctor is going to take his patients and dive into an alley or side corridor.
aren't
Okay.
we like in the open?
You're fairly in the open, but I mean, you could probably find something to dive under or between. Are you trying to hide?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and make another stealth check for me, please.
The mask will follow.
that's a fail.
Okay. The mask is also trying to hide.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Ooh, extreme success.
Okay.
The mask seeing that the fat guy and the icky person are trying to dive for cover, the mask maneuvers so that they trip the Baron, causing them to fail, and instead pushes past them and gets to cover.
I'm into that.
Och, mein wobblers.
As you are tumbling after you have been tripped by the mask, Baron, you see them kind of disappear under the wreckage of a ship, and you kind of collide with it. You manage to start pulling yourself under, and you reach back for your patient, and then you see the maw of this creature just close. These, what you thought were teeth, you can see them like burrow into the skin and then start wriggling. And you can see like the skin all around it like start to stand up as it like there's these tendrils, and you can see the person just and then just kind of withdraw, just spray of blood as the 2 more creatures land beside it and latch on, and they just start draining this person. You can see them like physically become more gaunt as the light starts to fade from their eyes. The other party, you guys making your way, you come upon this scene. You can see these creatures feeding on this body. What are you guys doing?
Do we know what body it is, or just
No.
stay quiet?
Keep moving past.
Okay. They're distracted. We're gonna get another group stealth check from you guys. Go ahead and give yourselves bonus dice on this.
Juno fails.
Creed got a hard success.
Alistair fails.
Okay. You can see as you are moving past, you're kind of keeping your eyes on these creatures. You accidentally hit a piece of metal and just kind of, and you go to try to grab it, but it just goes out of your reach in 0G, and then just kind of clang. It's another one. You can see one of the creatures just extract its fang from the corpse and turn towards you, and there's this chittering cry. Are you guys fighting, or are you running?
How close are we to Frederico's?
Not very far. You're maybe about like 100 feet away.
It'd be 2 rounds of movement for me.
So far, there's only 3 of them. One of them has turned its attention to us.
Correct.
Can we run and shoot?
You can, for sure. You can also try to make 0G checks to try to go fast.
Even faster.
Yeah.
I like the idea of shoot and run. I don't like the idea of giving up on trying to get to where we're going to fight 3 of them.
Yep.
So moving and shooting, if at all possible.
Okay. Go ahead and make your firearms checks.
I'm only going to shoot... How far away is this thing?
Probably about 18 feet or so.
18. So we're quite close to it, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm only going to shoot the once.
Okay. Success.
Juno succeeds.
Juno success. Great.
That's a success for Alistair as well.
Great. Go ahead and roll your damage, guys.
13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. Hell yeah. Okay. If you guys are shooting... Creed is going to shoot as well. Are you both shooting at the same thing?
I think we would have shot at them.
The one that's looking?
Yeah, I think it's a little late for me to be like, oh, I'll shoot a different one now that we both hit.
I agree.
Totally. Okay, great.
I think it looks at us and we just both go. That's 9
Okay.
points of damage.
Totally. You, all three of you, just like raise your guns. There's just this. Bam, bam, bam. The creature just gets like totally torn apart by gunfire. The other two heads whip towards you. You guys just immediately start running the mask. These creatures have now flown away. What are you and Baron doing? Well, I mean, I guess what you doing, and I'll ask Baron separately.
No, we're best buds. We do everything together now.
This may be more true than you would like.
The mask clocking the group is going to run after them, figuring it's its best chance of survival.
You take off in pursuit of them. You can run, or you can make a 0G check to try to like overtake them. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. Go ahead and make your 0G check.
Oh, extreme success.
Hell yeah. You just start rocketing through the air. You're actually like, you are traveling faster than these creatures.
Hell yeah.
So you're passing them. You can like attack these creatures on the way, or you can just fully overshoot them and overshoot the group and probably realistically beat them to Frederico's, honestly. That makes a lot of sense to me. You make it to the shop. The door is open and you can see it looks like a smear of blood on the floor as you enter the premises, but you don't see Frederico anywhere. The entire place is disheveled. Bits of like paper and tools are just kind of like floating everywhere.
So remind me, is it from his place that we get on the shuttle?
100%.
To go to the scrapyard.
Absolutely, yeah. You manage to, on that turn, you make it in. Because, yeah, you're super fast 0G peoples. The rest of you guys...
Do they see me?
They would absolutely have seen you, yeah, for sure. You shot over them like a cannonball.
Them as
cannonballs.
the creatures?
The creatures as well. Basically, like everyone. Everyone would have seen the mask fly overhead. So, Baron, yes. Sorry.
Speaking of cannonballs, Dr. Von Verse is going to book it straight for Federico's.
You've got it.
Speed is 9.
That's... Are you serious? He's that fast? Hell yeah.
Because
speedy
his
little...
build is big, right?
His build is tiny. Yeah, his size is tiny. His strength and dex are both stronger than it. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
9.
So this teeny little short king, like a methed up pug, you just fucking... just go. You are basically like, you're still behind these creatures, but you can see the group. You guys are now all traveling together. The creatures are bearing down on you. There's 2 of them. What are you guys doing?
Moving and shooting.
Moving and shooting.
Alrighty. These creatures are going to get to you before you can get your next turn.
Great.
One is going to go for Creed. It's a regular success. Creed is going to try to dodge. Oh, that's an extreme success.
Very good.
For sure. It is going to try to grab him again because it gets 2 attacks. But...
No NPCs will live.
They were never meant to.
I don't want to play these NPCs anymore.
Yeah, you know Brian gets sick of voices when?
Yeah. Like I gave you a literal nuke. Yeah. No, but it tries to latch onto him twice. Creed just kind of like slips to the side and then just kind of like kicks off using his own skills in 0G and just sails as it tries to wrap around him. Juno is highs, Alistair is lows.
Sweet.
No, wait, that doesn't make sense. There's Doug.
Do a D6?
Yep, I'm gonna do a D6. Like a D6, like a D6.
So like 1, 2 is Juno.
1, 2 is Juno, 3, 4, Alistair, 5, 6 is Doug. 6. Alrighty, it is going to try to grab a hold of Doug. That's a failure on its first attack.
You can't even get the stabbed man.
Apparently not.
He is high on drugs.
It's a failure on both, actually. That's very lucky.
So he's just like snapping.
Yeah, what happens is he sees this creature coming, and as he was kind of being like floated along, he has been methed up by Creed, so he just kind of like reaches down and kicks his leg off the ground and starts tumbling. And you guys do remember Doug actually does have some zero-G training as well. Manages to keep so the distance away from these creatures. Now it's going to be you guys' turns.
You're
Shoot and
technically
run.
first in the dex
Turn
order.
Yep.
Do you wanna?
I'm gonna shoot the one that went for Creed.
Okay. Go ahead and make your firearms check.
I'm going to put 2 shots into this one.
Okay.
Hard success on the first,
Nice.
fail on the second.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage on that first shot.
15 points of damage.
Hell yeah. You line up your shot and you shoot. You manage to fully blow one of its wings off. It fails its con check. Yeah, it's like you can see it just kind of obviously shocked and stunned as it goes spinning off into the distance there. Great. That would be you. Then it'll be Creed. Creed is going to shoot at the one that went after Doug. Yeah, that is a failure. He goes to loose a shot, but unfortunately he's still spinning around in 0G. He's unanchored. The shot goes wild. Juno.
She shoots at the one that went after Doug.
Hell yeah.
That's a fail.
Fail. Okay, yeah. Same deal. You're just gonna loose your shot. Everything is just so chaotic. That being said, you guys are shooting and moving, so you guys make it into the shop. You can see the mask there. The mask moving towards the back of the shop where the shuttle is.
Is Dr. Von Verst in the shop?
You see Dr. Von Verst.
Was he going to the ship beside Frederico's though?
He was originally with a patient. Or is that still what you're doing?
Still what I'm doing, yeah.
Because he wouldn't know about the Violet King Henry or Frederico's.
That's also true. That being said, your patient has been eviscerated. They're dead. You see these people who you were traveling with previously heading towards this destination very confidently. I would think it's not unreasonable for you to follow them. However, if you want to still go to the Fist of Providence, you can absolutely do so.
So he'd still be hitting the Fist of Providence just because he knows that it's got medical facilities on it.
Okay. You can see a ship probably about 100 feet off in the distance that has the Fist of Providence name on the side. You can just basically beeline there.
Okay, and is there any office near that or thing that would have the keys or the keys to the ship in it, or a terminal or anything like that? Or is it just
It's just a ship. I think you could take some time to look around. Whether you think that's something that Baron would do with everything that's going on, I leave that up to you.
No, he's gonna
fireballs.
Yeah, he's gonna book it into the shop where there's cover.
Totally.
Glade is in Frederico's shop, getting into the.
Catherine just stuck her tongue at it, Leah.
The mask.
Yeah, the mask is in there.
Already lift off, or
It's heading
waiting
to the shuttle.
or
Heading to the shuttle. Has not made it to the shuttle yet.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we tuck in there and Baron, what? How did
Grazie.
You hear the chittering cry of the still alive creature making its way into the shop from behind you.
Could someone shut the door?
I'll close the door behind me.
Absolutely.
Dankeschön.
Creature collides with the door, and you can see that it's kind of this tempered glass, but you can see it start to crack.
It's just one of them, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna reload my gun and wait for the glass to get a bit more thin.
For sure.
And then as soon as it gets one last good crack on it, I'm just gonna shoot it.
Okay, go ahead and make your firearms check for me.
Sweet. Gonna shoot 3 times. First one gets one of these. That's a fail on the first. Success on the second. Success on the third.
Nicely done.
Hell yeah. Go ahead and roll your damage for me.
The first one just breaks the glass. Finally, makes it through the glass.
Totally.
11 on the first. 13 on the second.
Hell yeah. Yeah. This creature just bursts through the glass, tries to get into the wood framing around the side of the door, and you just put your gun up under its chin, and its head just totally explodes. You all turn and see the mask.
Whew. That was pretty spooky ooky, am I right?
You all right, Doctor?
So it's Juno, Creed, Doug, Alistair, Baron, all looking at the mask.
At the mask, correct.
The mask tilts its head.
Juno tilts her head back.
Can Baron roll psychology on the mask? See what's up. What's going on with this whole mask thing?
By all means.
Yeah, good fucking luck. Thank you.
That is a success.
Just based on what you've seen, this person known as Glade seems to have a pathological need to cover their face in some sort of like psychological protection mechanism, given that they are putting on another mask and adopting a whole other personality. You suspect that kind of like personality disorder is like you're talking about more like multiple personality disorder. As far as the specific causes thereof, you don't know, but you do know that like you're talking to a different entity than Glade, and you need to approach it as such in order to like, if you want to de-escalate properly.
Grüezi. I'm a hair doctor, and I have been having some dealings with your compatriots here.
Is like the shuttle door like right next to me, or
Yes.
is it open?
Not yet, no.
Is it just like a butt?
It's like an airlock, so there'd be like a procedure you'd have to go through.
Well.
Glade, And Juno starts walking towards the mask. It's okay.
Do you remember the first thing I said to you? No. You talk too much, bitch.
I just want you to give her back. You've done your job. You're safe. You've kept her safe. She doesn't want you here. She fights against you. If she wanted you around, she wouldn't have discarded you earlier.
But here I am. She chose me over you.
What do you want? From me?
From you? We'll get to that. First, we do need this shuttle.
We now. We're all coming with you.
Don't be so hasty.
Yes, I also have opinions about this.
Well, then speak up. We don't have a lot of
turns
time.
and starts doing whatever it needs to do to call the shuttle.
My gun.
Creed, also like kind of cueing off of Alistair's body language, also aims his rifle at Glade.
The doctor reaches behind him into a holster and pulls out a bunch of nuts and starts munching.
I was like, if he had a gun, if he had a gun this whole fucking time, I'd be so pissed.
To the sound of the crunching, I'll just smile. Glade, you need to do some amount of explaining before you get off this station.
The mask continues to do the whatever, to call the shuttle. Like, doesn't stop. You need this shuttle, don't you?
We don't need you. You have expended your usefulness until you start answering questions.
You hear the safety click off on Creed's rifle.
Don't kill her.
She would have killed you for nothing.
That's not true.
And yet, who brought her out of there? Not you.
I almost died. She would be so mad at you if you'd killed me. If you had let me die.
Juno, take 2 steps back, please.
I'm assuming by now the shuttle's been called, or airlock's open.
Yeah, the airlock on this side opens.
Juno? The mask is still facing away. Don't let them shoot me.
It's okay, Glade. It's okay. And she looks at Alistair and gives him a nod. And nods as if to say, not to kill.
I would personally interpret that nod very differently. Fair enough.
Yeah, I know, honestly. I'm like, what?
Well, shoot her, but just don't kill her.
Can I roll for see if I believe her?
Psychology.
Yeah. Damn it. Where's perception? I miss perception.
Cacked.
You're cacked. Nah, it's a fail.
Okay.
I promised you it would be okay, Glade.
I'm shooting her. Non-lethal. Gonna put it in her leg.
Okay. Go ahead and make your firearms check.
Can I dodge?
I think that it's reasonable for you to dive for cover. It wouldn't be dodge. You'd be diving for cover.
Diving for cover forward.
Into the shuttle. Yeah.
I just imagine, because you can't like move, and once you dive for cover, if I like make it, I'm just in the shuttle on the ground, like, hey.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit.
Anyways.
We now get to see if Creed gets a penalty dice based on
That's
your
just dodge,
check.
right?
Yeah.
That is a hard success.
Okay. So that does give you a penalty dice on your firearms check.
I rolled with one.
Okay.
It messes.
You dive in. Alistair, you are trying to shoot non-lethally, which is kind of hard to do, especially with a fucking hand cannon.
Yes, so true.
Erring on the side of caution.
Grazing somebody's cheek is lethal. With
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Yeah, the shot goes wide. You dive forward into the shuttle. But yes, that does give up your turn. Creed is next. Juno, highs or lows?
Highs.
Okay, so he did get the memo that we're shooting non-lethally.
At least I can count on my consistent nature that any roll that involves me will be ridiculously high.
Creed's shot also goes wide.
Pew, 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 pew. Slippery motherfucker.
Juno, it's your turn. On your turn, you can hear in the distance the chittering cry of more of these creatures drawn by Elvis gunfire.
Get in the shuttle, everyone. It might be a bloodbath, but it's a bloodbath either way.
Easy enough.
Alrighty.
You big men, hold her down.
I mean, just knowing how the game works, I assume we just walk in.
Yeah.
The weird part is like,
Instead of just shooting her again.
I literally just pictured, like, I'm just like on the ground, like, paint me like a French girl, just like.
And the mask is completely prone on the floor of the shuttle.
Okay. To make this more
Cinematic.
make more sense and more cinematic, Juno jumps forward to where the mask is. Okay, on the ground, and literally gets on top of her. Not yet. And holds her down and yells, "Help me!"
Doug kind of stumbles forward, holding his side, still bleeding. He just kind of like points his pistol at your head, then...
Not like that, Doug.
You look good in red, Doug.
Highs or lows, Leah?
Come on. Lows.
It's a 2. An image invades your mind. Just briefly, of a man in a blood-red suit. His hands, like you're seeing it from the perspective. You can see this man's hands on the sides of your head digging in, and you can feel your entire personality being rewritten by his power. In fact, even your voice changes to match his perfectly.
He says, "You ever fucking say that to me again, and I'm gonna put a fucking bullet right through the back of your head."
But he does not this time. That was a coin toss. That was a straight up coin toss.
Good line, right?
That was a good line. He steps into the shuttle. Everybody getting in?
Yep.
I'm going to just say, for the sake of brevity, yes, the 2 big strong men help hold down the mask.
Wait, I mean, I did not say I was going to help hold him down.
That's true. No,
And
but
you said the 2 big strong men. Mm-hmm. Am I not a big strong boy?
no.
You already said you were little. You were little and rotund.
Okay, in this case, the good doctor would like to sleight of hand a sedative into the person being pinned down by the big 2 strong men.
Oh,
That makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah, I'll definitely give you a bonus dice on
That
this.
sounds way better than shooting her.
Ooh.
That's a 3.
Sneakily, you say?
It's a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Can I try to notice it?
Watch your fingers. She's going to put your fingers off.
You can do, spot hidden.
Little shark.
I'm presuming this is like a needle sedative. Yeah.
Oh. I thought you were trying to stuff something.
It's like a pill.
Wait,
Now, in 30 to 45 minutes, we should be good.
Okay. I tell you what, we're going to play a fun game. I'm going to throw the beer nuts in your mouth. Whoopsies, that was a soap clown.
You push the pill through like the slit in the mask, and like 2 seconds later, it's like pops back out.
okay, do the needle thing. Sorry, Catherine's over here visualizing totally different things.
Did you also get a 3? We both got 3s.
Extreme successes?
Yeah.
Straight up rollies. Pick a
Choose
dice.
a denomination.
D20?
Yeah.
Yeah, not a D4 like you lunatics in the first season. My
Okay, what,
God.
higher wins or what?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, higher
Yeah,
wins.
what is it? Higher wins?
Higher wins. Okay. What'd you get?
13.
15.
Hell yeah.
Sorry.
I
can see the waveform.
Dude, it's fine. Alex leans into the mic to yell. It's okay. The waveform has been that. Yeah. So,
And then I say my lines back here.
only when you're quiet. Only when you're quiet. Then you're 8 feet from the mic. No, it's fine. You manage to get into this like mass of homicide. Realistically, that is 2 secret agents pinning down a former Reaper, psychotic, and a preacher. Oh God, just for fun. And you get the needle in, the mask. You feel everything start to fade. Then you just hear, Glade? Glade? Glade, I'm cold. Glade? I'm hungry. I'm cold. Felix's voice in your ear. Juno, make a power roll for me, please.
Yeah. That is a hard success.
Hard success.
Yep.
You looking into the mask, just for a brief second, there's an image superimposed on top of it of a little boy with wide, scared eyes and bruises around his neck.
Mm-hmm.
And shake it away. Half convinced you imagined it, but now the mask is unconscious. You take the fart shuttle to the Violet King Henry. Excellent Doppler effect. Shuttle connects. You board. You begin powering away from Gate City. And that is where we will end Season 2. The stars aren't all right.
I should have just kissed her.
Thanks for making it this far. So ends Season 2. Recap episode incoming shortly. This podcast is edited, mixed, and mastered by me, Brian Gashgarian. All the music in the podcast is composed by me. A huge thank you to Carlin for all of her voiceover work, Oscar for joining us in episode 8.5, and our lovely and amazing patrons for their contributions of names, memes, and voiceover. Special thanks, as always, to Alex, Leah, Tom, and Catherine for lending me their talent for this funky little project. This is absolutely not the end. We're recording more one-shots for this summer. We have plans already in motion for season 2.5. Ooh. And we're working on even more stuff behind the scenes for y'all to enjoy. This season has seen us launch our Patreon, Discord, and merch to huge success. Thank you all so much for listening and supporting us. This podcast straight up does not exist without listeners like you guys just tuning in and giving us your attention in this wild and crazy world. We are so thankful to have all of you with us for this journey. But as a reward for making it to the end of Season 2, I would like to remind you that the longest-lived mammal is the bowhead whale, with individuals estimated to live over 200 years. Most of all, and as always, thanks to you for listening, and we'll see you next time.